How's it going, viewers? Super Sam 6i7 here, and I am here today with a Marvel Comic-Con wrap-up video. So this video, essentially, I'm just going to be talking about some of the things that Marvel announced and talked about at Comic-Con 2014. So, before you guys start spamming the comments below, let me just point out that, yes, my hat is a Dipper Pines hat. It's homemade. But anyway, I'm going to start off with Marvel animation. So, Marvel's Avengers Assemble premieres September 28th on Disney XD. I'm excited about that. It stars Thanos chasing after the Red Skull, which is kind of interesting because you're going to see a little bit of villain versus villain in Season 2. So I really want to see where they go with that. Next up, Hulk and the Agents of S.M.A.S.H. premieres October 26th on Disney XD. And it starts off where they're lost in space, just where Season 1 ended. So in case anyone didn't know, it's a bit of a spoiler alert. Season 1 left off where the Hulks escaped Sakaar, and they are lost in space trying to get home. And apparently Season 2, they're going to meet the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is pretty interesting, because with the new Guardians movie coming out, there could be some jokes that they bring from the movie into the show, so it's going to be pretty neat. There's a new Iron Man and Captain America Heroes United movie, which sounds interesting. It came out a couple days ago. It's out for download on app stores, the app markets, every app kind of thing. And then Ultimate Spider-Man Season 3, Web Warriors. It has a new Ultimate Spider-Man story. It's a new story arc that they're going to start soon. That is SpiderVerse, which is interesting because that's the new comic series coming out, SpiderVerse. It has every Spider-Man ever. It doesn't look like they're going to do that with the show. It looks like they're going to have just a few Spider-Man in it. But even so, I mean, even just a few Spider-Man could really make a difference. I mean, that's going to be really, really neat. And then, so just speaking of SpiderVerse, I think it's time to get into some comics. So SpiderVerse, it's going to have quite a lot more Spider-Man than shown in Edge of Spider-Verse. In Edge of Spider-Verse, they showed, like, Noir, and Patton Parnell, and Spider, and so some crazy ones. But when they mean every Spider-Man ever, they really aren't lying. The creators of Spider-Verse announced that every Spider-Man, except for 8 of them, will be in Spider-Verse, and those 8 are just because of licensing, because of, like, you know, like the movies and stuff like that. But all the other Spider-Man are going to be in it, including Spider-Ham, Old Man Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly, Japanese Spider-Man, 2099 Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man, UK Spider-Man, and Miles Morales. So it does sound pretty good. I can't wait for that. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so I'm going to definitely check that out. Moving on to Avengers. So there's going to be this new series called Avengers Now. And Avengers Now is going to have some changes in the Avengers lineup. So first off, it's going to be a new Thor. I don't know if anyone noticed, but spoiler alert. In Original Sin, it was announced that Thor has a secret sister, who's Angela, and that there's a 10th realm. And so Thor and Loki are trying to travel to the 10th realm. And so, essentially, what's going to happen, I'm pretty sure, I think, is that towards the end of Original Sin, Thor and Loki are going to find the 10th realm, and they're going to do something to, like, reconnect it, because the 10th realm is actually, like, a realm of angels that the Asgardians fought, and Odin cast it away from the rest of the Nine Realms. So I think Thor is going to do something to reconnect that realm. And so Odin's going to say that he's not worthy anymore, and then now Thor can no longer lift Mjolnir, his hammer. So someone new has to lift the hammer, and that is a female character. They have not announced which female character will be wielding the hammer, except just a picture shown of her, and we can see that she has blonde hair, which, could mean really anything. Like, any character just change their hair color, but that's really all we know about her. No names or anything. And at first, I actually thought that it was going to be Angela, but I'll explain why I don't think it's going to be Angela in just a second. But next up, in the Avengers, this is going to... So, just another spoiler alert. In a recent fight between the Iron Nail, Captain America lost his abilities, and now he's just a weak 90-year-old man. And so he can't really be Captain America anymore if he has no abilities and he's 90 years old. So there's going to need to be a new Captain America, and Marvel just announced that new Captain America is going to be Falcon, which I'm excited about. I love Falcon. And Falcon's been Captain America before, but pretty briefly. So now it's going to be a bit longer. Most likely not forever, even though that's what they say. So it's like a new Falcon cap, which is really very, very neat. I'm looking forward to what they do with that. And then Iron Man is actually going to move to San Francisco soon. And while he's there, he's going to get a firmware update. And he's going to get a completely new suit. It's like an all-white suit with some gray lines and some blue lines. And it looks like it's going to have some new abilities. Looks like it's going to be more powerful. And it's called the Superior Iron Man suit. So the new Avengers Now team. It's going to be... have some characters like Iron Man, the new Falcon Cap, the new Thor, Doctor Strange, Winter Soldier, Ant-Man, Scarlet Witch, and Angela. Which, because Angela and the new Thor are together in the same team, I really doubt that Angela is going to be Thor, because they're together on the same team, so how can she be two people at once? But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that the new Thor is going to be Valkyrie, because the blonde hair kind of fits, and she's Asgardian, and she seems pretty worthy. So I'm just betting on Valkyrie. But any Thor Odinson lovers, don't worry, Thor isn't dead. He's still out there. He's just now regular Asgardian. He's going to be in a new series called Unworthy Thor. And then the new Thor is just going to take up the regular Thor title. So enough with the Avengers. There's going to be a new S.H.I.E.L.D. comic book series. And the main, the lead of it is going to be Agent Coulson, no less. There's my cat in the chair next to me. So Agent Coulson is going to be in a comic book, as the main character, which is pretty neat, because after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1, everyone loves Coulson, so I can't wait to see him in comic book form, to see if they make him exactly like the show. I don't really know exactly where they're going to go with this comic book. Maybe they're going to do it like the show, maybe they're going to have some tie-ins with the show, but I'm not so sure. But I do know that they will have a lot of superhero guest stars, like Spider-Man or Ant-Man or Beast, so that's pretty neat. And the death of Wolverine is very, very close, unfortunately. But thing is that when Wolverine dies, Marvel's going to bring back the Weapon X program. That's right, the thing that everyone thought was long gone. They're going to bring it back now, and along with this new comic book line called the Logan Legacy, which deals with the passing of Wolverine. And that's actually kind of sad, because Wolverine is kind of a favorite character of Marvel, and they're just going to have a whole comic book of how everyone deals with him dying. It's just pretty sad. Okay, but I think now it's time to start moving into the movie news. So at the Avengers Age of Ultron panel, there was some exclusive footage shown with all the Avengers trying to lift Thor's hammer. And so everyone tried, even like, Hulk, and then Iron Man with, his Iron Man glove, and, War Machine helping him and everything. And so no one could really lift it, but then Captain America got his turn, and he didn't lift it, but he nudged it. Like, he, slightly moved it, kind of like, like that. And I just what I'm assuming from what I've heard. I've never actually, I didn't actually see that panel. Yeah, so from what I've heard, that Captain America actually did nudge the hammer, so that means that Odin deems him slightly worthy, which means that in the future we might actually see Captain America lift the hammer, which is pretty neat, because I know that in the comics, Captain America is one of the few people, besides Thor, who can actually lift the hammer, because, he's Captain America, he's very worthy. But yeah, so they showed some other clips, some with Ultron, some fighting Ultron, and then they showed this one clip, which I think is pretty interesting. It showed Tony Stark walking around all the bruised and broken bodies of all of his teammates. And what I really make of this is just, wow, I mean, I really hope the Avengers aren't dead. I know that, a year ago, Joss Whedon said something about killing Avengers, but, I mean, seriously, this big, it's just ridiculous. And, I doubt they're dead, because, there's going to be a new Captain America movie coming out, and then it's going to be a new Thor movie, so how could they kill him off before their movie? But, maybe if they are dead, maybe if, Scarlet Witch is still alive, and she just uses her magic abilities to kind of make them alive again. But at this point, no one can really tell. But yeah, so at the end of that panel, Josh Brolin walked in wearing a Infinity Gauntlet just after Robert Downey Jr. said that we have Thanos. That Marvel has Thanos. So it's pretty interesting. So Thanos is, we know that he's going to be in the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which is out tomorrow. But the thing is that, by putting him like that, it kind of shows that he's going to be big in this Marvel universe. And you know what? I've been really hoping this for a while now. I've really been wanting a Secret War movie or something like that, or a whole bunch of characters, not just the Avengers, maybe the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 fight Thanos, and that's going to be, if that really happens, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to be satisfied. But yeah, so anyway, so at the Ant-Man panel, there was some very interesting things revealed. So first of all, we already know that Paul Rudd is going to be playing Scott Lang, and that Michael Douglas is going to be playing a older Hank Pym. But they announced two other actors, or actor and actress. So there's going to be the female lead, who's going to be played by Evangeline Lilly, and the character is Hope Pym, who is Hank Pym's daughter, and Corey Stoll, who is the antagonist, playing Darren Cross, who was Hank's mentee. So Hank Pym mentored him, and now he took over his company. And apparently in the movie, Darren Cross is going to get his hands on some Pym particles and become Yellow Jacket, which is really cool, because that kind of shows that they're going past the original storyline, which is Hank Pym being Ant-Man, and then Scott Lang stealing that armor, and then Hank Pym became Yellow Jacket. They're kind of skipping past that and not even making Hank Pym a superhero at all. I liked Hank Pym as Ant-Man, but I think that they could do some really neat things with this. And it seems like they're not introducing Janet Van Dyne into this storyline. And in the comics, she was the Wasp. But the thing is, if they're not going to introduce her, I'm thinking maybe Evangeline Lilly as Hope Pym is going to be Wasp. But nothing was announced for that. All that was announced that she's going to be playing Hope Pym. whoever her character is really going to be. But that's going to be really interesting, though. I mean, I can't wait to see what they really do with changing the storyline up. But yeah, so before I go, I just wanted to do the Marvel Studios panel. I just want to talk about that. So the Marvel Studios panel, if anyone has previous history with it, they would know that that's where they like announce their upcoming movies and everything. And they announced for for 2017 all the way through 2019. Except they didn't actually announce what the movies are going to be. So yeah, so before I get your hopes up and wondering like, oh, what movies are going to be next, they didn't announce it, unfortunately. They just announced the dates. So I'll give you the dates, though. And actually, I'll put them on the screen, and I'll try to say them a bit slowly in case you want to write them down. So there's going to be July 28th, 2017, November 3rd, 2017, July 6th, 2018, November 2nd, 2018, and May 3rd, 2019. Now, I have no idea what these movies are going to be. They didn't announce it, but I will tell you this, though. I've noticed a bit of a pattern with the movies that Iron Man is in. Not just the Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, but also the Avengers and Avengers 2. I've noticed that every movie that Iron Man is in, they've produced those movies on the first Friday of May. So like that's usually like May 4th, May 3rd, May 2nd, May 1st. And so that May 3rd date, that last one, I'm thinking that's probably going to be Avengers 3. Because that would be about the right time, 2019. So it's probably going to be Avengers 3. That's 5 years away, so they've got plenty of time to work to that. But I'm really excited to see what they do for that. But, you know, it's nothing's for sure, so don't take this as like, oh, it's going to be Avengers 3. Because I'm not saying that for sure it is. I'm just saying that I think it is. It could be Iron Man 4. But the thing is that, I mean, no one really knows at this point except for everyone inside Marvel. Like, inside Marvel Studios. So, yeah, I guess that's really it for this. So I guess that's it for the video. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like, and if you liked me, feel free to subscribe. That's it, and I will see you next time.